Welcome to The Shed Wireless, a podcast for shedders, produced by the Australian Men's Shed Association across Australia and around the world.
Yeah, there's something for you at the Men's Shed. On the tools.
The router's started up. The lights are on. I think it's going to take off, JP. What do you reckon? Look at it.
Oh, yeah. It's so space age.
So it's lowering down onto the timber. What do you actually got it programmed to do at this moment? So what's...
You'll
Okay.
see. Oh, it's a surprise.
Oh, righto. He's got something programmed in there. Okay. So it's about an 8mm bit he's got in there at the moment. It looks like it's doing some sort of a writing. It's going, about 10mm into the...
Did you say 1/8 bit?
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking, 1/8. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. So in this, I'm using a down cut bit because if you use an up cut bit, it tears the wood up.
Oh, I think I know what's coming along here. I can see it. It looks like 3 letters.
Yeah.
A J,
Yeah.
a P.
And oh, God, I wonder what the next one is.
Oh, well, it
Thank-
could be an M, mate.
Well, I'd like to get a look in. Yeah. So what other things do you do with it other than, the route? This is basically routing some writing and things. So three-dimensional stuff and things?
Yeah, absolutely. The first things I created were things for the machine itself. So I built these holders at the top, the bits on the back that I built for it. So I used it to finish it itself off.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
The machine makes itself.
Yeah, I think this thing could take over the world one day by lots of things.
Yeah.
So.
No wonder he didn't want to leave it alone.
Yeah. So just timber, or you've got some, like those bits you said you made for the machine, they're Perspex, aren't they?
Yeah, they're Perspex. You do timber Perspex, really lightweight copper, really lightweight aluminium.
Just vacuum it all out there. Oh, look at that. Well, I'll be JPY.
Sensational. What
There's
am I
your
going to do with that?
There's your new number plate.
I'll find something for it.
On top
yeah.
of your bed head.
That's
Very nice.
wonderful.
That was too easy and just precision.
Oh, it's just so neat.
That's the thing. You can get to 0.1 of a millimetre. You can see the jewellery on the bench over there. I create the jewellery, the earrings.
Wow. I didn't notice that before. That's
Yeah. The salt and pepper grinder. I would not recommend that you ever do that on a CNC because it's incredibly time consuming. Just go out and buy them from somewhere. All sorts of things. It's limited by your imagination.
by the look
really.
of this, you could make fishing lures.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And this is probably a standard size, the one we're looking at here. Is that like...
It was built this size because of the cost and because of the size in the garage. I mean, ideally, I'd love to have one I could put an 8x4 sheet on and, cut out my own kitchens and that sort of thing. But the amount of money it would cost, it's not worth it. And the amount of times I would use one bigger than this is not worth it. And I can actually, with a bit of mucking around, I can cut bigger things. It's just do it in stages.
All right, so that's the next big question. You went 300% over budget.
It's important to remember that what I've used here is commercial grade bits and pieces. So I spent $10,000. My budget was $3,000. So
I bet your wife's new kitchen looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. But I went the whole hog. The running gear is really high quality. Even though it's secondhand, it's better than the stuff you buy that you get on a $3,000 machine or a $5,000 machine. It's everything I wanted it to be, and I love it. I spent a lot of time working on it. The important thing to do with it is actually, as I said earlier, be safe, because you get here and you're not feeling so flash and you do something and it'll bite you if you're not careful.
And the thing is too, with a shed, investing in something like this, it opens a lot of doors for a lot of things they can do, and it can stimulate some income too for the shed in producing things like doing signage and things like that. So.
Yeah, that's what the earrings were all about. But the problem is I'm good at making things. I'm terrible at getting around to selling them.
And they don't really look good on you either, those earrings.
Have you got any project in the wind for
I
the
have got
future?
so many projects. That's part of my problem is there's too many projects.
Oh.
And and not enough time to do them.
Just personal projects, or
Yeah, I build speakers for my children. I build amplifiers for my children. And this gets used for all that sort of stuff. It's just endless. I sit down and next thing, maybe it's like a songwriter. A song pops into their head when they go to the toilet. Well, in my case, a design pops in, or another thought pops into my head, and next thing I know, I'm sitting there at night drawing this thing.
so what level of skill? I mean, looking at a computer screen, I'd be, baffled. What level of skill do you need, and can you teach the average bloke to use something like this?
Well, I think that people shouldn't underestimate themselves. One of the huge learnings out of this was that, and one of the reasons it took me 3 years to actually get around to committing to building it, was the fact that I didn't believe that I could do it. And then I took the leap and went, oh, bugger this, I'm just going to do it. And so I think people, as long as they're careful, then people should just believe in themselves and give it a go. If you really want to do something, just believe in yourself and give it a go. And be prepared to get it wrong, because I got it wrong a lot. But every time I get it wrong, I learn something. I try not to curse and swear. I don't beat myself up anymore when I get it wrong. So just go for it. And I'm a carpenter. So when computers came out, I struggled to use them. I knew nothing about electronics. I knew nothing about anything, but I sat down 10 years ago and I started designing speakers and doing stuff like that, which I knew nothing about. And before I know it, here we are.
Share the skills you